Salut! We're back with the Painscreek Killings. So this is a murder mystery set in an abandoned town, which is a great premise. This game was on my wish list forever, and I finally recently was able to purchase it on sale. So I am so excited to be playing it. Now, really quick before we begin, I did start playing this. I got not very far. I mean, I got a few achievements, but then I realized it wasn't recording. So, the very beginning won't be brand new to me, but I thought I would just let you know. But I mean, what I played so far, I really enjoyed. So, let's dive in. This game seeks to emulate to a certain degree the experience of investigating a murder case. You will need to search each location carefully, find clues to proceed, and use your observation deductive skills to uncover the hidden secrets. We recommend writing your own notes and or taking advantage of the in-game camera. The game autosaves whenever you enter a location should you encounter a bug or problem while playing. Simply use the reload button on the menu to transport you back to the entrance of the location. Your game will continue from there and you will retain everything found up till that point. Good luck.
Hey, Janet. So the chief has entrusted you with my assignment, hey? I hope it didn't interfere with your weekend plans. Anyway, he told me to call you and fill you in on it. You remember the murder that happened a few years back that was never solved? The one at Painscreek where the ex-mayor's wife was killed? Well, the property's being auctioned off soon, so we don't have much time to dig up anything that's relevant to the case. So, see what you can find. Hopefully it'll be something worth publishing. Anyway, take care. I'll see you on Monday. Bye.
Okay, so the Hartford Times, who killed Vivian Roberts, August 3rd, 1999. In 1995, Vivian Roberts, a successful businesswoman and wife of a former mayor, was murdered and dragged to the front of her own home. The case was never solved and the killer never found. It was rumored that a private investigator was in Painscreek sometime later, but there's nothing more on that. Last week, we received news that large swaths of Painscreek County will be auctioned off soon. We would like to revisit the story and attempt to find the following. Who killed Vivian Roberts? What was the motive? What was the murder weapon? Please submit your findings and a front page photograph for your story to be published. Don't forget to bring the camera. Richard Harris, Editor-in-Chief. Okay. Oh. Alright, so you can see this is the town we're going to enter. We can explore most of it, it seems. Welcome to Painscreek, population 0. That is an unfortunate name for a village. But yeah, so there's my little car there. As you can see, there's no one around. And this is the sheriff's office. There's something posted on the window. It might be important. Cemetery gate, padlock 1131. Right mouse button to zoom in. And then the camera button. Okay. The camera is useful for capturing anything important to your investigation. Okay. So we're going to go inside. Like I said, guys, I did not get very far at all, so no worries. I'm so excited to play. I thought of waiting the next day, but then I was like, oh. Yeah. Ah, nice. Okay. You can't go in there. It's locked. Some light switches don't work. Find another way to see better in the dark. You see there's nothing in there. I don't think this one works either. No. Okay, as you can see, it says very small sheriff's office. Okay, here's the map. And let's see. When I started playing, I made it all the way up here and explored a little bit, and then I was like, oh my gosh, it's not recording. But there's a whole, most of the town I haven't explored at all. So we're good. So M will open the map, and you can even zoom in on it. Right. Okay. No worries. Here's our flashlight. And rotate item. Oh, we actually want to store it. Okay. Moon Cafe. Come check our selection of exquisite recipes to taste. Our lattes are known as the best in the county. Come and have a chat with our friendly baristas. Lunch and dinner only $9.99. Special offer. In partnership with Anne's Courtyard Inn and Suites, if you show our baristas your receipt or room tack, you will receive a free cup of our signature moon latte. I will be honest, that food looks delicious. I would totally eat that. I don't know what kind of sandwich that is, but I'm willing to try it. Missing. Joshua S. Taylor. He went missing in 1989. His date of birth is 1976. He was last seen on the playground. Last seen 4 Pebble Lane across the river on the playground. He was wearing his favorite blue jacket. He has a scar below his left eye. I'm going to take a picture of this because we can visit this location. I haven't yet, but I would like to go to this location and investigate. Okay. So Vivian Roberts, successful businesswoman and wife of ex-mayor, found dead in front of her home. Third death to strike Painscreek in less than a year. Vivian Roberts, the wife of ex-mayor Charles Roberts, was found dead in front of her home at 1 Maple Drive, Painscreek. At 7:15 a.m., Mary Martinez, a maid currently working at the mansion, was retrieving the morning paper when she saw Vivian's body. She immediately called 911. The Painscreek Sheriff, James Howard, arrived shortly, and the victim was pronounced dead. The time of death was estimated between 11 p.m. last night and 1 a.m. this morning. The body is currently at the coroner's office waiting for an autopsy. The people of Painscreek have started grieving for her. Candles and flowers were placed at the gates in front of her home where she was found. Vivian was indeed a person whom many respected and adored. Her success in business, her loyalty to her family, and her love for the people of Painscreek are unsurpassed. She will be missed. I'm going to go ahead and take a picture. I took a picture of a lot of things. So that's what I'm going to do. I can open my journal. Yeah, this is where they store clips. And I just take pictures of everything. I love this fireplace. Oh, I bet that makes this room so cozy. Okay, read. Scott Brooks, Painscreek Trinity Church pastor's son, suspected for killing Vivian Roberts. Witness reported seeing suspect fleeing from murder scene last night. The police apprehended Scott Brooks yesterday afternoon. He was residing in the Roberts hunting cabin by the trailhead. According to a witness who at this time was wished to remain anonymous, he was coming home late July 19th at around 11:50 p.m. when he saw Scott walking very quickly away from the Roberts mansion, heading down Silver Lake. Although Scott looked upset, the witness did not think it unusual until a few days later when he came across the newspaper article on Vivian Roberts' murder. Feeling uneasy about the whole situation, he called the police. Shortly after the call was made, the police arrived at Scott's cabin and questioned about his whereabouts the night Vivian died. Scott said he did meet her that night, but said he had nothing to do with her death. Scott was later brought down to the station for further questioning. Okay, so I started making, of course I have my handy dandy list, and I forgot to note that Scott is the pastor's son, and I feel like that's probably going to be important because we can actually go to the church. But I wasn't able to get inside, but I want to put that down. Pastor's son. So it might be beneficial to visit the church. Like I said, I didn't get very far at all in this game. I was here, and then I went to the inn, and then I went to the mansion. And then that's when I realized that it wasn't recording, and I was like, oh no. Oop, I didn't mean to do two of those.
Hi, this is Steven. I just wanted to make sure the package was sent. Again, I'm currently at Anne's courtyard. Any extra info you have would be much appreciated. Thank you very much. Talk to you later.
Okay. So I don't think there's anything here. I can't access this until I know the code, and I didn't see it in this, but as you can see, everything is locked up. Hold on, I'm just trying to make sure I trigger everything. And then there is this. So work relocation. Dear Sheriff James Howard, due to the decreasing population of Painscreek County over the recent years, we have decided to delegate manpower elsewhere. This letter is to inform you that you have been reassigned to Grand County start May 14th, 1998. Please report to our office before May 12th, 1998. Richard O'Connell. And I don't know if this matters, but I'm going to take a picture of it. I assume not. I assume it would, like, there'd be like a little notification if it meant anything. But I just like to have the pictures so I can reference back to them so I don't have to take as many notes. And then, so we can't get into that yet. Here's the diary. Oh. Okay. So July 30th, 1995, Vivian Roberts' funeral was held this afternoon. Bernard, the butler, Dorothy, the head servant, Derek, the family chauffeur, and his mom, Wanda, who is fighting cancer, attended. Vivian's husband, Charles, came with their daughter, Tricia. Charles did not utter a word. He was very quiet. Most of the town came and paid their respects at the funeral. Halfway through the ceremony, Tricia started to weep loudly. Dorothy brought her elsewhere, and the crying died down. I noticed that Dorothy looked tired. It must have been tough to take care of Tricia. She's been having multiple breakdowns. I can't blame her. With the loss of her mother and with her boyfriend being accused as the killer, it must have taken a toll on her. I feel sorry for the whole family. September 6, 1995. The town of Painscreek is quickly becoming a ghost town. The population has decreased drastically over the years. Ever since the deaths occurred, it seemed that more and more people are actively looking to leave this town. It's sad to see a once lively town become what it is now. December 2nd, 1995. It's been almost 6 months since Vivian was killed. Her death still bothers me. Why was she killed? What was the killer's motives? She was someone who had earned the love and respect of the community. No employee of hers nor any citizen of Painscreek reaped any benefit from her passing. It doesn't make any sense. February 20th, 1996. Painscreek Community Hospital has officially closed. The remaining patients have been allocated to other hospitals that will provide suitable services for them. To be honest, it's hard to watch them leave. I wonder if the day will come when I'll be reassigned somewhere else. Okay, and I do apologize if I'm stuttering a bit. Like I said, this is the second time I've had to record this. It's very, very late here right now. So I'm going to take a sip of my emergency emotional support soda. Get that little jolt of caffeine, which sometimes work, and I really shouldn't be having caffeine this late at night, but go figure. Okay, oh yeah, that's right. I have to get the key, and the key is here. Yes. Oh. So we're going to use it to open this. I have to find... Hold on one second. Let's see. Okay, I have to get it just right. There, you have to find where it says unlock. There it is. Yeah, it's a little finicky about that. Okay, so now I've got another key. An old gate key. Oop. Alright. So this is by James Howard, or this is to James, no. This is by James Howard. So, Vivian Roberts murder case report, August 6, 1995. This report is an update of what happened to Vivian Roberts. Scott Brooks, the only suspect of this murder case, was apprehended a few days after Vivian's body was found. According to our investigation, someone saw Scott at around 11:30 p.m. near the woods north of the mansion. Two hunters were looking for more wood for their bonfire when they heard shouting. They witnessed Scott and Vivian arguing. However, they were too far to hear the content of the argument. 6 months prior to Vivian's death, Scott was fired from working at the mansion. She cited Scott for tardy work and rebellious behavior. She also prohibited Scott from visiting the mansion and meeting Tricia, who by then had a close relationship with Scott. We are currently investigating the case. Scott is our main suspect in Vivian's murder. Okay, so what's interesting about this is I'm pretty sure it said, I want to say in maybe one of the articles, that Scott was going down Silver Lake looking upset at 11:50 p.m. So he went from the north woods of the house. I guess it's conceivable that he did it in 20 minutes. But so like right here they were seen arguing by two hunters. And then later another guy saw him going down this road. Which I guess would make sense because the mansion is here. But you're wondering why is he going this way? I assume he was going home. That is what I'm going to assume. They had an argument and he went home. However, I don't know. Does it say what time she was found dead? Or what they think the cause of death was? I don't have it in my notes. So you can leave a comment if I misremember something or whatever. But just no spoilers. You can just leave a comment or something like that. But I don't think anything so far has said what time she was estimated to have died. It just said that she was dragged to the front of the house. And now you can pick this up, but I mean it doesn't seem to mean anything. And I don't think there was anything else to be found in this room. I've got like I said, I've got my flashlight, but I think this is all pretty straightforward. We can't get into the drawers yet, or I'm sorry, the file cabinet yet. We can't enter the cells, but I don't think we would have any reason to. But what it makes me want to do is I really want to get into that church, but so far I haven't found a way to access it. I'm just going to keep my flash. Well, we'll turn it off for now. But I will turn on my flashlight when I'm in the buildings, just because I feel like it helps me find things. Okay. So here's the gate. I love that sign. Closed for good. But here's the gate that we're going to use the key on. Open. Okay. And by the way, I love this village, but they said, correct me if I'm wrong, this looks European. And they said the name of the place, but like, this looks European. That, and here, look at this. I want you to notice this. But if you go down here, there is this place here. And it looks like it's had some fire damage. But you can't get in. But it's got like what looks like police tape. And speaking of the police, like I said, they use 911 as their emergency number, but I don't, is that what they use? Because this looks European to me, so I don't know. Is that a number that they use in Europe? In any place? I don't remember what they said. Was it Northland? I'm not sure. But, okay, where am I going? Where am I going? Let's go to the cemetery. And then we'll go to Anne's Courtyard Inn and Suites. And then you know what? I kind of want to see the hospital. Oh, we could go down Pebble Lane. Isn't that where that boy went missing? We could go down there too. There's a lot. Like, I feel like we're going to go everywhere at some point. Because I feel like these disappearances are all tied together. I probably shouldn't run because this is a really pretty area. Oh yeah, so this is the courtyard inn, right? This vehicle. So it's got stuff in it. Like it's got like ID and books and stuff, but you can't access it. Let's go ahead and go into the inn, and then we're going to make our way to the cemetery. And there's, of course, nothing in these mailboxes. So we're going to go in here. Alright, so we're in here, and as you can see, it's pretty dark. I'm going to go ahead and turn on... I know some of the lights in here work, but I'm going to go ahead and turn them... And the music gets so ominous in here. But I don't know why. But yeah, these vehicles out in the road, like people don't normally just abandon their vehicles. So it kind of makes me think that like people are still here. But I mean, everything's supposed to be abandoned. Like there's not supposed to be anyone here. Okay, so I'm going to take a picture of this. Exit out that. And so we've got this dart scoring. Alright, so I don't know. I don't know if, because I keep seeing dart stuff everywhere, so I don't know if I'm going to have to play darts at some point. Let's see. And I wrote down the name of all the, or I'm sorry, I wrote down the times of all these businesses just because I didn't know, like maybe if I find a note that talks about somebody's alibi, I can check and be like, well, wait a second, were they open at that time? Was there a holiday? You know, stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, and then Father Matthew, so Matthew is Scott's dad. So I don't know if this is important, but I want to look at that. And then Gone But Not Forgotten. Join us, our local church, as we take this time to commemorate all the lives that were lost 20 years ago. Yes, so this is, as you know, some of the victims were working fathers who were torn away from their families in an untimely manner. So there was an event 20 years ago, and we're going to find out more about that. So give me a second. I'll get that. Okay, so there was the Roberts Relief Foundation, right? So the family name of Vivian was Roberts, right? So what was it? I took Dorothy's Famous Pie is available for purchase. So Dorothy is the head servant of the mansion. So, of course, like I said, I wrote all this down. For more information, contact Vivian Roberts, event coordinator. Right, so you can see Vivian Roberts was a very active person in this community. The foundation, the Roberts Foundation, was like a big part of everything, right? That's what I've discovered so far. It's really cool. I'm trying not to jump ahead because I want to show you what I've discovered as I've done it. But I'm also trying to like pay attention because I want to, in case I missed anything. And then here's that unfortunate missing kid, which I hope they're okay. Okay, so this, like, they even highlighted this part here, right? And it's basically like how to get into your car using this tool, the Slim Jim. So now I haven't found it so far. Okay, so we're going to go in here. I don't think there's anything in here. Letters or documents for in-guest goes in its respective slots. Okay, here's the key that you requested. 7 Black Pine Road. 7, did I write that down? 7 Black Pine Road key. Oh, it should be on there. It should be on the key. Oh, yeah. So, 7 Black Pine Road. I'm going to write it down. I thought I wrote it down somewhere, but 7 Black Pine Road. Okay, we got to keep that, remember that, because I'm sure we will go down there eventually. Oh, there's so much. Oh yeah, so there's like what, here's some. Okay, so we got all but like one key. Okay, and then we're gonna open this up. Okay, and then see, here's the darts. I don't know. I keep thinking that they're gonna want us to, but I don't know why we would. Okay, so this is the locked toolbox. I don't know when we would have access to it. The Painscreek Herald. Painscreek Community Hospital closes its doors after 60 years of service. Fund embezzlement suspected as key factor. Painscreek Community Hospital, one of the leaders in long-term rehabilitation for the elderly in Newland, finally closes its doors after 60 years of service. Painscreek Community Hospital first opened its doors in 1936, serving as a humble abode for treating patients and providing boarding for those in need of prolonged treatment. Vivian Roberts, a successful businesswoman, saw the need to revamp the hospital in the early 70s. She founded the Roberts Relief Foundation with the main purpose to support the needs of the village of Painscreek, starting with the hospital. By the early 80s, the population of the village and local areas had started to decline rapidly. Many young people who went to college did not return, and the number of seniors was quickly rising with the increased need, and then it trails off. So, again, this is the Roberts Foundation tied to this embezzlement fund. It's connected to the hospital, which is connected to this. It's like this. It's all like there's something really rotten in the state of Denmark. So, and everyone, and the sheriff's like, oh, everybody loves her, but there is something going on. And look, so you've got these drawers, but I don't think these keys actually open them. I think they're just room keys, but let's take a look here. So let's try 202. Yeah, see? So I don't know how you open these. Like, I feel like there's got to be a key somewhere. Okay. So this is the names of who rented what room. And you'll see Stephen Moss is in 201, which we don't have the key for. So is Stephen Moss still hanging around? We're going to go up to his room, but...
Hi, this is Oliver Gibson. I just wanted to thank you for letting me borrow your toolbox and shovel. I'm currently out of town for a few days, and I didn't get the chance to return it yet. In the case you need them, it's currently sitting in my photo lab. Ask Mrs. Patterson for my spare key.
Yes, and the photo lab is on the map, so we can visit the photo lab. I don't know if we can get in the building, but we can visit. And then there's like these wine bottles everywhere. Okay, and then trying to remember, because like I want to get everything right. Here's a case of wine. Here's some of our usual customers. You might want to memorize this. Right, and I think we can visit... Maybe visit all these places? I don't know, but I'm going to take a picture of it. Like I said, I spent the when I started recording, or thought I was recording, I was running all over the place because I was like, oh my gosh, I want to go here, I want to go here, I want to go here. So it kind of worked out because I really didn't get much done. And since I had to, like I said, I thought I was recording. I wasn't. Okay, so here's 203, which we have the key for. Let's go in. And I don't think I found a whole lot in these rooms. These tiny little bathrooms. But then they have these huge showers. You know, you just be like, nah, I'm gonna wash my hair. Wash my hair. And then all of a sudden, I hope that's never your experience. I tell you what, though, I find these. I think this place is, I'll be honest, kind of creepy. That's the Bible. I don't know why it lets you pick it up. I don't know if it's like a hint to like, hey, maybe you want to go to the church? Because you can pick up all the Bibles, but it's like there's nothing in them, I don't think. Okay, so this is room 204. Okay, so we got a room 204. I don't know, like these little inns just remind me so much of At Dead of Night. I expect to have to go hide in a wardrobe somewhere. See another book. By the way, Dead at Night was a good game. They also did Contradiction, which I do have. It is a detective game. The only thing is, like, I tried playing it and oh my gosh, without a guide, I would just be absolutely useless because I am not a good interrogator. Or investigator, I should say. I'm not a good detective. There's a reason I don't do this in real life. But I love murder mysteries. I love trying to solve cases. I don't know. I just like leaving the lights on. See, here's another one. Which is not unusual at all in hotels or inns, but I don't know why it wants me to pick it up. Oh yeah, you get an achievement if you pick this up. I don't know. It's like, hey, you found a lost item. I'm like, okay, great. So this I think this is the most furnished out of all the rooms. You at least have this wardrobe. Although, sorry. Although I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'd rather. I'm always nervous about leaving. So here's what's his name's. You can't open it. And here's this letter. Late rent fee due. Dear Stephen M., which is Stephen Moss. Thank you for your rent payment. As stated in your rental agreement, however, when rent payments are not received by 4/4, you must pay additional rent because of the late charge due or because you did not qualify for the rent discount. The required additional amount was not included in your payment and is therefore now due. Please send the additional required rent amount of $85 at once to bring your credit balance up to date and remove it from the delinquent list. This amount must be paid within 7 days from the date of this notice. Thank you for your prompt cooperation, Rosalie P. So we're going to take a picture of it. So again, we don't have his car is downstairs. This is, I believe, Stephen Moss is the private investigator. But his car is down there. We don't know where he is. His door is locked. So I don't know. Maybe he's in there hiding. I'll be honest, it like creeps me out to come in here. And we'll probably have to come back. So I'm not thrilled. I'm not thrilled. Because again, we're like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if if our character's in any danger, because it sounds like there's some sort of cover up going on, right? There's been disappearances. There's been, at least one murder, and people are I don't know. It like, do we need to be worried? Okay, so I'm here. So we really just need to go here, and then we can go to the church and the cemetery. So let's do that. I kind of want to go to Pebble Lane. I was thinking of going to the... See, here's the other thing. Because of these weird streets, I get so turned around because it just doesn't... Like, one, I'm not in a car. And two, it just doesn't flow like what I'm used to in my very grid-like town. Oh, this door's open. I think that just goes down to the water. So I do get turned around. When I first played, I got turned around. That's what I spent most of my time doing, was running around, looking at this, looking at that. But you see how there's vehicles everywhere? Like, it's supposed to be abandoned. There's not supposed to be anyone here. But people just up and left their vehicles. Was this one of the... Can't go in. Okay. And I don't think there's anything here. But I'm getting sidetracked. Let's not do that. Let's not do it. Okay. So here's the Trinity Church. The truth shall set you free. And then Sunday Mass 8, Bible study Fridays 6 to 7:30. And then I don't know if one of these is the pastor's house. I mean, I would kind of assume. But like, so he went up to the church and I didn't. It's locked, and there's another entrance here, but it's locked too. But so I mean, we'll either go in there or we'll find where Scott's dad lives, which will probably be one of these two houses. Because I have a feeling we're gonna have to, because he was the one that was accused of doing it, so we would want to investigate where he lived, right? I mean, that makes sense to me. But then, like, here's a car over here. As you see, there's like no getting inside. I don't think this car is important, but I just like, why are there these abandoned vehicles? There's also no license plate on this car, which I thought was weird. Okay, we're gonna use the... Oh, no, we're not. This has already been unlocked. Okay. Oh yeah, okay, I remember now. So it's and then you can't access this, I don't think. Yeah, you can't go in there. And then a lot of these graves are fairly recent, from like the 80s to the 90s. And then you've got this one by itself. Oh, I can go in. Magdalene, is it Magdalene or Magdalene Roberts? You will always be remembered. And then it's like got its own little plot here. So I don't know, is she like a founder? I don't remember her name. But the Roberts is like a very prominent family. I mean, they have their own mansion, for goodness sake. So Wanda Tyler. Wanda, I think Wanda was Wanda, Derek's mom. Derek was the family chauffeur. So I want to say this is Derek's mother's grave. She had cancer. And the date is 1996, so after the murder. So that would make sense because she was alive when the incident happened. And then yes, okay. So this is so interesting. Okay, so here's Vivian, right? This is the woman that we're investigating the murder of. But check this out. Right next to her, Trisha, 1995. Trisha's the daughter. Trisha, who was alive at the time of her mother's death and who was dating the suspect, is now deceased. Now, it did say that she was having numerous breakdowns, which I could completely understand. You don't just have the trauma of your mother, dying. You have the trauma of it being sudden and brutal. And then the guy that you're in love with or, at least friendly with, he's the suspect. Crazy, right? So you can imagine, what possibly happened here, which is tragic. Like, it's really, really sad. But there's also, hold on one second. Here. Scott Brooks. Born June 1st, 1975, died November 15th, 1995. This is the guy that they suspected did it. And you'll note that they've got the month and the day. So that's going to be important, right? I'm going to take a picture of everything. Okay, and then we're also going to take a picture of and then Trisha. Okay. Now, there is one more thing I noticed. And I don't know if any of these other names are significant. Some of them probably are. I just don't know their meaning. But there is a new grave. This is new. Who is it? Who is it? Like, I know that little boy is missing. But, like, whose grave is this? I don't know. But we're going to take a picture of it. As far as I know, I have unlimited, pictures and battery life. So I am taking full advantage. Everything is getting documented. Everything. Alright, and then there's nothing else. You have all this space here. Plenty of space to, which, by the way, is a really nice detail. Because when you see cemeteries in games, they don't often include room for, it's like the cemetery is already full. Which wouldn't make sense in real life. You usually have room in your cemeteries because they plan out for more of the population. Right? So I appreciate that little detail. What is that? Is that a light? What is that? Well, that's just the sunlight hitting that. So I don't think any of these other are significant. I think, was it Justin Taylor was the name of the boy? I don't think I saw his grave anywhere. Okay, so where do we want to go? We went to the courtyard. We could go to the mansion. We can't figure out how to go to the church. I kind of want to check out Pebble Lane. I know it's a little off the path, but it is going toward the hospital, which I haven't looked at. So why don't we go down to Pebble Lane where that boy disappeared? The playground there. Okay? So we're gonna... Sorry if this is too fast. I'm trying to save time. Okay, and then there's the farmer's market. Nope, what am I doing? Okay, so we want to go kind of around. We're going to pass the post office. It's like right at the corner of the post office. I wonder how old this town is. So would it be this way? Yeah, there's the post office. I love these little courtyards. I wish there was a little bit more green. Can we go in here? We can't. Okay. So Pebble Lane would be this way. Oh, okay. It's not. This is kind of a walking city, which I've never, like, a lot of roads are not for, like, vehicles. Let's see. Okay, there's the playground. So what was the, hold on, let's take a look, see. So I didn't mean to do 2. Yes. So where is his? Across the river on the playground. Okay, well, let's take a look-see. I just want to see. Public hunting area. Okay. What does that say? Trail closed. Oh, we will be entering there, for sure. Okay. So here is where the little boy is. Just a tiny little playground, but it's nice. I mean, oh, being by the water like that, how picturesque. I'd actually kind of love to live in a village like this. I mean, there's nowhere to park though. Property rules: no alcohol, no drugs, no smoking, no weapons. Wow, this slide has seen better days. I don't know if this equipment is safe. I'm gonna turn on my... Oh, I did have it. I had my flashlight on the whole time and didn't even notice. Okay, so there's a little path down this way. So what's down this path? All kinds of stuff. Just looking around in case I might see something. Oh, there's a bird box here. Be a good place to hide something. They should have put like a bench or something over there where you could watch the birds. I noticed that the music went out, but that's probably just coincidence. Okay, so you're about right here by the water. I shouldn't go into the water, my equipment will get wet. Well, I didn't know that was an option. And here's a building right over here. What is this building right by the playground? Is someone living out here? There's a note. To-do list. Get more firewood. Give Trisha my spare cabin key. Fix Mrs. Peterson's sink. Visit Andrew at the hospital. Check hospital for missing tools. So is this... Give Trisha my spare cabin key. Does this belong to Scott? Wait, didn't it say he was at a cabin? Yeah, I think there was something in the reports about him staying at a cabin. Hold on one second. Yeah, at the Roberts hunting cabin by the trailhead. So I can't access it. I'll have to get the key. Now, he did say something about somebody being... Why is there a ladder right there? It says something about the hospital. So again, all signs point to us going to the hospital. Oh look, I bet it's not open. I was about to say there's a room down there. Oh, I bet there's all kinds of stuff in there. Okay. All right, that's fine. Let's see. We want to see. I swear. Yeah, we're gonna go up. Yeah. And this takes you to the mansion. Alright, again, I do apologize, guys. This isn't how I wanted to start the gameplay, like going to places I'd already visited, but I want to play the game, and I want to record it, and I want you to see. So, this place is massive, by the way. Like, first off, fountain. Second of all, what is this? This isn't a house. This is a castle. What are we talking about here? Like crazy, right? Right? Like it's got like a courtyard. A courtyard. Oh my gosh. And they have a chauffeur. They have a family chauffeur. A family chauffeur. Like, oh my gosh. Like this is where you set a murder mystery. You know what I mean? Crazy, right? But yeah, let's do this properly. Let's do this properly. We're gonna go into this massive house. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I tell you what, this place gives me the creeps. I keep expecting to see Lisa over that balcony. Like, total PT trauma. But yeah, so we're gonna go down here. Now, some of these lights do work. I can't remember which ones, though. So... Influential citizen Vivian Roberts, the People of the State of Newland Awards, July 24th, 1979. Do I want to take a picture of that? No. No. But yeah, she is... Would you say she's a socialite? She does a lot of charities and stuff. Does she have like... But is it all like... Does she have an actual job? There's the... What looks like the... Maybe the wine room? I'm trying to remember. Oh, can't go in. Oh, most of the wine's gone. So I think at this point the only surviving member of the family would be the husband. How awful is that? You have this massive living room. I know some of these lights work. This room, wow. Okay, this is the second floor. Oh, it's massive. I don't think I explored everywhere up here, because that's when I realized that it wasn't recording. Alright. Trying to remember what all I found. I found something else in here, I think. I mean... This... I feel like I found a note or something, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay, I'm probably mistaken. What's down here? Oh, that's got a code. That's got a big fancy code. It's probably like somebody's study or something. Gosh, this place gives me the creeps. Mine got side. Here's the family. Yeah, this must be the Roberts family. Very photogenic, by the way. Very photogenic. if it matters, but... And they have the exact same fireplace as what's up at the sheriff's. I don't know, like I'm always like curious if I'm gonna like find something in the fireplace. Oh my gosh, have you ever read Murder at Rue Morgue? Is that what it's called? Edgar Allan Poe? Holy smokes, you'll never look at fireplaces again. The same way again. Okay, the Painscreek Herald. Dr. Henry Johnson found drowned in vehicle at bottom of Cherry Creek Lake. Bodies submerged in water for as long as 15 days. A burgundy car was found at the bottom of Cherry Creek Lake yesterday afternoon. A swimmer who chose to remain anonymous said he was diving in the lake when he saw what appeared to be a red car glittering at the bottom of the lake. He swam towards the vehicle and was shocked to see a body in the driver's seat. He quickly called the police. 3 hours later, the vehicle was pulled out of the lake and the body was identified as Dr. Henry Johnson. Based on the police report, the body had been in the water between 10 and 15 days. Painscreek Community Hospital confirmed that Dr. Johnson last checked in on June 28, 1995. The hospital staff assumed he had left Painscreek for business purposes, which Dr. Johnson was known to do rather privately. No missing person report, and then it cuts off. So I wrote this stuff down because, again, tied to the hospital, which is already having funding problems. And this is in 1995 that this happened. And then you have a missing, then you have, well, not a missing, a doctor that is deceased, causes unknown. I don't think there is a mortuary in this village because I'd be wanting to look at their records. Okay. So, from Jackson and Lewis, dear Miss Roberts, on behalf of Jackson and Lewis, we would like to thank you for appointing us to be Painscreek Community Hospital's medical provider. With your husband, Mr. Charles Roberts, running for mayor, some might consider this partnership to solely be for the benefit of his status. On the contrary, it also greatly benefits us, as your support and funds allow us to continue our research and assisting our elderly patients. Details of the contract will be sent over shortly. Please go through the papers and have them signed and return to us by the end of the week. Thank you. Sincerely, Eric W. Campbell. So, again, is it corruption? Just this family is so tied to this town in many, many important ways. I don't think there's anything in these. That stove is old. That big old fridge. I got two giant fridges. Who does that? Rich people. Anyone delivering food to church on Saturdays, please lock all the doors and return the key under the flower pot. The flower pot. That is where we. Okay. So, key under flower pot. Key under flower pot. Church. We're going to go back to the church. But not this gameplay. Because I've got to end it soon. We found a key. Wait. What's this key? What's this key? Pick it up. Oh, a mansion room key is what it said. Shopping list for Trish's birthday. 3 packs of balloons, candles, new tablecloths, baking powder, eggs, and strawberries. I guess that's for the cake. She likes strawberry cake. You don't hear about that often. I'm sure it's delicious. Okay, I don't think there's anything. I'm a chocolate girl. Chocolate and red velvet. Adios. Get it? Because you know Cheerio. Never mind. You may not get the Cheerios is a way. Yeah, never mind. It's funny. Trust me, it's funny. Okay, cups. It's like, why didn't somebody finish their packing up? Like, I don't understand. And these people are rich. You can afford to have somebody come in and finish the packing up. Okay, so there's nothing else there. Okay, so we explored that wing. So we have... This place is so creepy. How does anyone live here? Okay, laundry room. So we do find a note, I think. No, we find... Yes, we find a diary. Okay, so this diary belongs to Mary Martinez, who is a housekeeper. Or not house... She's a maid. I believe she's the one that found the body. So May 24th, 1993, I've been here for almost 3 months. Everyone treats me well. Most of the workers have been here for a long time, some as long as 30 years. Dorothy is probably the oldest maid here. She is really nice and is responsible for taking care of all the maids. She's always giving me snacks. The other oldest worker is probably Bernard, the butler. He's so serious. I don't think I've ever seen him smile. Dorothy and Bernard don't talk much to each other. However, they are perfect when it comes to attending Charles and Vivian's needs. I guess that's why they are in charge here. I notice Charles and Vivian are never together much either, even when they are both at home. They don't seem happy. What is going on? Vivian was passing by when I broke the vase. I must have been really nervous because I stood there for God knows how long. I thought she would scold me or even fire me. Instead, Vivian invited me to have tea with her. She asked about my parents and what I wanted to do in the future. I told her I hope to open my own deli someday. She said I could do anything if I set my mind on it and work really hard. Like me, she used to be poor. Now she's a successful businesswoman. I hope to be like her someday. Wanda is sick. I've heard she has cancer. It has been 2 months since I took over for her. Her son Derek stays with her whenever he is not driving for Charles. I feel sorry for them. Luckily, Mr. Roberts helps with their financial needs. I pray she gets well soon. See, it's making them sound like really, really charitable, kind people. And yet we have all these business dealings and stuff like that. So it's just something to think about. It's just interesting. Okay, so October 14th. Andrew shouted at me for walking on the grass. I thought I was sure I didn't step on it this time. Though I was sure I didn't step on it this time. He's always drunk anyways. Which one is Andrew? Andrew is not listed on here. Who is Andrew? Dorothy is the head servant. Derek is the family chauffeur. Wanda is Derek's mother who has cancer. That's who Mary is taking the place of in terms of duties. And Charles is Vivian's husband. He's the mayor. And Trisha was their daughter. And Scott was Trisha's boyfriend. Trisha and Scott are both deceased. Huh. I don't know who Andrew is. Who's Andrew? I'm going to write down his name. I feel like I have seen that name, but I can't remember. Andrew. Scott told me to ignore him. I'm not sure how he could be so patient, always taking care of Andrew and covering his workload. I would have assumed that Scott was Andrew's son if I had not known that Father Matthew adopted him years ago. He's so nice and talented, not to mention handsome. If only he wasn't taken. So, taken as of 1993. Okay, hold on one second. So, Scott was adopted by Father Matthew. If you hear a dog barking, it's mine. We live in the country. He barks at everything. So it was adopted by Father Matthew. He's been in some relationships since 93. So was he secretly dating Trisha? I don't know. Probably not important, but okay. My handwriting is terrible when I'm trying. Okay. All right. So we know something's up. I should probably check my journal and see what it says. What all's been added. Let me just take a look-see. Scott Brooks, hospital closed, Henry Johnson's death. Yes, like me, they were like, yep, this is important. Sheriff's read Vivian's murder case, J&L's appreciation letter. Okay, what else do we got? Nothing in other. It's in the diary. James Howard. Ah, they've added everybody's diary. That's perfect. Perfect. I love that. I love that feature. That's gonna come in handy. I normally don't notice stuff like that or forget to use features like that until like almost done. Okay, and then that's just gonna go out. Okay. Like I said, I didn't get to explore all this place before I realized that it wasn't recording. So I think, have we done everything down here? No, we haven't. There's this whole other wing, this scary wing over here. Okay, open, close. Okay, so nothing there. I think there are locked doors, like several locked doors. Oh my gosh, that... You don't need to go up there. Not right now. Oh yes, this is their gallery. Because they're not rich enough. They have to have an art gallery in their house. I bet they have a pool. That would be so nice. So I think these are actual paintings, like recreations of actual paintings. I actually really like the color of this. Like, it's kind of weird, like, the way they're sitting. Like, it can't be comfortable sitting on that stone block when you're naked. But I like the texturing. Like, I like the way, like, the light hits. You see how it's a little bit pink on the elbows and around the hands? Like, the lighting's really... And I love the curls. I love their hair. So pretty. It looks like real hair. It's so soft. It's almost photographic. And then... Yeah, I think these are all real paintings. I usually love landscapes. Oh, this is nice. Well, that's very nice. Oh yeah, I love that. Look at the ruins in the background. I love this painting. Oh, I love this. I could look at this painting for a long, long time. This is gorgeous. Oh, it's gorgeous. It probably doesn't translate well on screen, but in this photo, I don't know. Oh, I like this one too. I like the coloring. Although it's not as detailed. I guess watercolors is what they are. I like this. Is this the Baroque style with the way the lighting and the shadow is? I like it. I really like that. It's like there's a spotlight right on the... Well, technically there is because of my... Here, let me see if I can turn this off. Oh, no. You can't see it at all. Well, I mean, even with the light off, you can see... You know how it's like certain things, like it's like all dark around there, and then you just got like this, the draping and edges. I love it so much, but I'm going to put the light back on because this place is kind of spooky. Oh, hey, hold on. Ah, CR. So Charles Roberts. This is his journal. March 1993. We went hunting this afternoon. Scott's quite a fast learner and has good manners too. I told him to call me Charles, but he kept saying it's more appropriate to call me Mr. Roberts. He almost got the deer on his second try. If he keeps this up, I'll take him over Bernard as my hunting partner. June 1993. Trisha's been rather obvious in her interests. He's a good-looking young man and respectful to others. I don't mind his status. There's nothing wrong with being an orphan. If there is, it's the parents' fault. I know that Trisha fancies him. I've grown to like him too. Okay, so I can already see Bernard getting jealous, like if their boss like favors one of the employees over the other, and Bernard has been there forever, so you know he's probably fairly close with his employers, so that kind of like I guess threatens his status just a little bit if he like. So I imagine Bernard and Scott probably are gonna, if they're not already button heads, will be at some point. Second of all, Well. Okay, but we do know that in 1993, Trisha was taking a liking to him. So, okay. So they were probably dating. Or he considered himself like reserved for her. Okay. August 1993. Today is Mom's death anniversary. Oh, that's sad. It's been 18 years since she passed away, but I bet it doesn't get any easier. I paid my respects to her tombstone. Vivian wasn't feeling well and chose not to come, so I asked Scott to accompany me. He brought fresh lilies. He said lilies suggest that the soul of the deceased has returned to a peaceful state. Sometimes I feel like he's a son to me. I feel he's like a son to me. Okay. But that's very thoughtful about the lilies. That's very sweet. Now that I think about it, Vivian is always getting sick during this time of year. Oh. Vivian. September 1993. I knew our relationship would not be as close as we had it, but ever since Vivian discovered my affair, uh-oh, she hasn't been the same. She once joked to her friends during a dinner that all politicians are alike, and as a politician's wife, she has learned to close one eye. Wow. Don't be airing your dirty laundry in public. Not good, especially if you're the wife of a politician. Dang. Sometimes I feel sorry for her. I think it was because of Trisha that she didn't leave me. She is a good wife and a good mother. I'm grateful for that. Wait a second. If he had an affair, and Scott's just like him, and Scott's an orphan. Just saying. What if he had an affair with the pastor's wife? Well, I don't know. This is a small town. I think it's going to get spicy. I think we're already uncovering layers on this is going to be big scandals. Big scandals coming up. I'm telling you, big scandals. We are going to unearth so much. I like that painting. That's interesting. I love that. I love that texturing right here. Like on their clothes, like the velvet. What is that? Is that like crushed velvet? What is it? It's very like the way that the light is. I'm gonna stop. I'm not an art student, but I really like. Okay, here we go. These are definitely recreations. I hear that the Mona Lisa is actually quite small. Like it's in its own little spot because so many people come to see it, but I hear it's actually quite like it's relatively small for a painting. Yeah, I think this is a Monet. But like I have heard people say that the Mona Lisa is not the best work of the artist. That is interesting. That baby is. You know what? Okay. So I think we can go upstairs now. Let's see. There was a big stairway. There's like a ton of stairs in this place. We could go this way. Let's go up this one. Like, why do you need so many stairs? Security room. Oh, I can't access that. Oh, what if the security room has footage of her being dragged out? I mean, you would think that they would give that to the police, right? But I mean, this place has many secrets. In the world, like all this wasted space. You don't need a place this big. Of course not. I bet there's like an office or something in there. What's in here? Nothing. Okay. Nothing. Okay. Alright. This place is just too big. People don't need need spaces this big. Here we go. Wait. I'm gonna try this door real quick. No, okay. Okay, so we've got a bar and what is this? A sheet of count scores. Oh, okay, there's nothing written on it. Okay. That's fine. Nothing in these little thingy-mabobs. Okay. A case of Da Vinci's wine. Okay. Gotta keep the the liquor all locked up. Estate grown. Wait, what did it say? Slovenian wine? Jeez. 20 years later, Painscreek still honors the lives of coal mine workers. Despite shock and pain, it was a tragedy that united everyone. The incident that would forever be remembered by the villagers of Painscreek. 20 years ago, 6 members of this village, together with 13 others from the towns of Hillsdale and Old Creek, perished in one of the coal mine demolition programs. The coal mine belonged to the Roberts Mining Company. Vivian Roberts, who had just married into the Roberts family, started a fundraising event that raised $96,000. Contributing $24,000 from her own company, a total of $120,000 was compensated to the 6 families. So she does own her own company. Okay. This is a very small sum compared to what those families lost, and no amount of money can replace their loved ones, Vivian told the press. What we can do, however, is provide them with whatever help they may need. And for those who have helped financially, the Roberts family thanks you. The words not only comforted those families, and then it ends. This is in 1993. So the diaries and the newspapers we find are from 1993. Which is weird, because the death happens in 1995. Am I wrong in that every single one that we've seen so far is from 1993? Like, why? Like, it seems like those are the 2 main dates. You have 1993 and 1995. I think I've seen a few reports on things that occurred in 1998, but Da Vinci wine surface. If it's not Da Vinci's, it's not the best. That's too funny. So this invoice is from 1994 to Robert's estate. Holy smokes. So for 8 bottles of Da Vinci's premium wine at $150 a bottle. They have several shipments, including a $45 stainless steel bottle opener, for the grand total of $4,845. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? I don't know if this is important. I mean, I think it's obvious they've got their own wine room, that they love wine, and I mean, everybody's got their own. I will say, wine does seem to be something of an investment. Like, those bottles can get expensive. And I think they only appreciate in value, like the older the wine gets. I don't know, I'm in no way like a wine connoisseur, but it does seem like I could understand somebody having like a wine cellar. Like, I do think it does seem like a good investment. If you know what kind of wines to get. But I guess that's with anything, right? Like I said, I ginger beer? I wasn't expecting to see that. Dang, somebody's been sampling. Oh, there's a note. I'm sorry, Thomas. I must have forgotten to check inventory. Apparently, we are missing a case of Da Vinci's. Please don't tell Mrs. Roberts. Thomas, who's Thomas? Would that be? Is that Bernard's? Who's Thomas? I was about to say, is that Bernard's last name? But I don't think it said what his last name was. We will Need to find out who Thomas is. I guess he probably works there. I imagine they had quite a few servants, although I don't understand why. There's 3 of them. What do you need? I guess she probably throws a lot of dinner parties. Why am I rechecking those? You've already looked through them. Okay, which way do we want to... Oh, we've got this. I don't think there's anything particular. Oh, there's a shed over there. I'm gonna leave the door open so I know I went there. Because this place is kind of big. Oh yeah, you've got the garage. Oh. Oh, that door goes to above the garage. If they've got a chauffeur, the chauffeur probably lives up there. Right? Isn't that how that usually works? The chauffeur and his family have their own place. That's how it was in the movie Sabrina. I forgot. Hold on. I forgot to return the service room key in time, so I left the key in the kitchen drawer. Sorry about that. Wait, would it... Okay, is this the... Yes. Okay. Oh, there's already a note. I need to report Scott to Bernard. His suspicious acts are getting out of hand. Today I saw him peeking into Mr. and Mrs. Roberts' room from the window. He's been told many times now not to do this. Why is he doing that? I want to take a picture. Okay. I don't know why he would be doing that. Well, we know he's deceased. So we're not sure. These bunk beds. It's not like kids' bunk beds, but I don't think they have kids. Or like, at least not small kids. They have a daughter, but not a small kid. What does this say? I was cleaning Miss Roberts' tea room when I stumbled across a pile of letters full of negative comments addressed to her. Why on earth does she keep those letters? She, more than anybody in this town, doesn't deserve to be attacked by those faceless cowards. These people cannot see the positive impact she has made for this community. It's not her fault that her business deals can't please everybody. See, again, we're getting kind of conflicting reports. But then maybe they like to manipulate their servants. You know, so they'll keep their secrets, so they'll have loyal to them, right? So like if she gets really friendly with little Mary, who's young and new to the job and intimidated, she, you know, she'll be very loyal to her. So is this Mary's room? I don't know. Read. February 1995. I was cleaning the mansion attack today when I found Derek and Wanda's old stuff. I asked Derek about it, and he told me he used to live here with his mom until he was about 6 years old. We chatted for like an hour. I have never talked to him that much. It felt quite nice talking with him. Rather relaxing. March 1995. I had to interact with Bernard today. His left wrist was swollen pretty badly. When I asked what happened, he claimed he fell during rock climbing and twisted his left hand, so he can't help with writing the Easter invitations this year. I told him he only needs his right hand for writing. He looked at me as if I was joking. How could I have not known that he was left-handed? See, I think that's going to be really, really important later. And I did write it down. So, okay. So, April 1995. Dorothy asked me to help clean her house tomorrow. I didn't know she has her own place. I thought she lived with the Roberts family in the nanny's room. She said she hasn't used the house for the past few months, but it needs to be taken care of every now and then. She will be 60 this year. I think I should help her. The address is 40 Black Pine Road. 40 Black Pine Road. We saw that location. So that's Dorothy. So I'm going to write that down. Okay, so May 1995, Trisha and Vivian had an argument during dinner. Vivian was thinking to send Trisha to college, but Trisha wants to be with Scott. She's not thinking straight. When was the murder again? June 1st, 1995. I was about to clean the gallery when I noticed the door was already slightly open. I looked inside and saw Mr. Roberts standing in front of a painting. Right before he left, I heard a faint click. As he was leaving the gallery, I hid in the staircase hallway. When I was sure that he was gone, I went into the gallery to see what he was so entranced by. It was just a painting of an old woman with a white headband. I wonder what's so interesting about this lady. Okay, so now I remember. So I think this was around the time that the, because I've actually been in this room. I just realized. Okay, so, I think I was gonna go do that when I realized that the game was not recording. Okay, okay. I'm trying to I'm trying to remember. I've been running around. But this, I was like, this information feels familiar, and I was like, now I know. June 1995. There will be a grand party to celebrate Trisha's birthday this evening. She will officially be 21 years old. Trisha and Scott are meeting at the shed behind the mansion. We saw the shed. They called it their secret hideout. I know Vivian doesn't want Trisha to be with Scott. Should I tell her about it? Okay, so we need to go to the shed behind. So we've got the painting. Here it is. And we need to go to the shed behind the, yes, the shed behind the mansion. Okay. All right. July 1995, Dr. Johnson is dead. He was the head of the Painscreek Community Hospital, as well as the Roberts family doctor. The police came by and asked if Vivian would be willing to go down to the station for another interview. I was nervous, but Vivian was very calm and accepted their request. She came back in the evening, assured us that everything was okay. She had nothing to do with Dr. Johnson's death. His death was purely an accident. Okay, because that they were in, was this around the time that they were investigating the hospital for, okay, so July 12th, 1995, Vivian interrogated for Dr. Johnson death. So was this fraud? Boy, I write like a serial killer. Okay. 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 So kind of, let's see. We still have so many rooms to explore. Can't go in there. Anything outside that I can see? Okay. So this is what this is a gym. Because of course it's a gym. It's actually not a bad place to have a gym. Okay, wait. What is this? Oh, it's not working. We have shifts. Oh, okay. So they allow the staff to use the gym. That's interesting. So I'm going to take a picture of this in case somebody says, oh, where were you? I couldn't possibly have seen what was happening. Oh, well, you were actually in this gym, so you sure could see what was happening. Right? Because what does this look out to? It looks out here into this, whatever this area is. Okay, we've got, here's Vivian's. Wait, whose is this? Trisha. This is Trisha. Everybody's got their own lockers. Derek. Charles. Bernard. Oh, there's a key. Alright, what's this key for? We don't know. Does it say anything? House entrance key. Okay. That's interesting. Why would I need a house entrance key? We're already inside. Where does this go? This is kind of creepy. Oh. This is that room where I was like, nope. Okay. Wait. Am I right next to the... I am. Oh, this is perfect. Why is it always so scary? Okay, so it's this one, right? Headband? Does it say... It said headband, right? No. I didn't take a picture of it. It's actually in the journal. It was Mary, right? Here. Oh, it was 95. Yes, white headband. Ah, I see it. Aha. Okay, I don't know what the code would be. I would think it would be like the wedding, their wedding date, or the daughter's birthday. Maybe. I don't know how many numbers, though. I don't know. I'll have to find that code elsewhere. I kind of want to go down to the shed now. Can we go down to the shed? Or wait. Can I see what's... I just want to leave this house. It's so creepy. These buildings are so creepy. Okay, can I access this? I can't. Let me try. I don't... It says entrance. But maybe it'll let me. Hold on. No, it doesn't. Okay. I'll have to find it elsewhere. And then... I kind of just want to keep playing. I don't want to stop, but I really need to edit this. Where's the... Was it this way? Oh. The shed. I want to see the shed. Oh. There's a box here. Right outside the gallery. Why would that box be there? Is it... I don't know. I don't know why that box is there. There's the shed. Okay. What? Okay. Oh, there's it looks like a diary. Oh, I don't know. Gosh darn it. Okay. Oh, there's another right here. What is this? Oh, hold on. Would this be it? No, that's not it. Okay, what's this key for? Okay. Well, darn it. I don't know. Let me run around here and see if I see anything. Do we do everything in the house? I think we did. I don't know if there's anything else we could do in the house. So I guess we could go... Well, I mean, like, we can't access certain bedrooms and stuff. So I guess we could... Hold on one second. Let me go up these steps. I'm sorry, this place is so creepy. I hate being up here. Oh, I didn't do this side, did I? I did not. Okay, so I didn't even explore this side. Hold on. Let's see what's over here. Can't access any of that. Okay. There is this whole section over here. What, hold on. What is the... Where am I at? So there's the entrance. We went up here. Trish's room and balcony. Oh, the tea room was like way... Okay, well, we couldn't access that. We need to go to the tea... We need to find a way to get to the tea room. So I can, find those letters. And then the maid... Oh, that was the maid room. Okay. We weren't able to access the bathroom. We were able to get into the exercise room. Did we go into the guest room? Bar. Dorothy's room is right there. We couldn't access it, though. This is an interesting... Oh, it's an attic. It's the attic we couldn't access. So, the chauffeur doesn't live on the property. Okay. So this is Trish's room, but we can't open it. And then balcony. Well, that's nice. She's got like a balcony right next to her. Alright, so there is a piece of paper. Notes for Vivian's tea schedule. Tea time is 3:20 on the dot. Use the flower pattern cup for Mondays. Gold line cups are for guests. Use 1/2 cup of milk. Always leave sugar on the side. Never interrupt unless she calls for you. Okay. This might be important, the time. Because if she's out here at 3:20, oh no, she would be in the tea room. But she has a view, right? So we would assume, because every room has a view, she could see something at 3:20. Like, I think it's important to keep their schedule, right? Also, she's having tea at 3:20. She must have very short work hours. Okay, so I think we've seen everything here. So what we'll do, I'm going to go ahead and end the gameplay here. And then when we come back, we'll go to the chapel and try to find because I said the key was in the flower pot. And then we'll make our way to the hospital. But I did get a new address. The 40 Black Pine Road was Dorothy's house. But it's probably going to be locked. But yeah, let me go in the gameplay here so I can go edit this video and hopefully get it uploaded for you to see tomorrow, which... but yeah, I gotta edit this down so it's watchable. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please hit that like button. Subscribe so you get notifications when I upload this. But yeah, so I'm so excited to play this. Again, I'm sorry that most of this was stuff that I'd already done. It won't be next video. It's just because, you know, I thought it was recording and it didn't. But it is what it is. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day.